And on the second day he created the firmament in the midst of the waters. And the waters were divided on that day. Half of them went above, and half of them went down below the firmament. Look at this picture that I took right here. Aquarius and Pisces, those are the two water signs. Remember, we were explaining this earlier. The firmament in the midst of the waters were divided. Half of them went above, Aquarius, and below, Pisces, the firmament. That's what the firmament is. The Gospel of Emmanuel, discovered by Billy Meyer. You brood of vipers, in 2 times 1,000 years, you and your descendants who carry on false teachings, out of your own pride, from motives of power and greed, shall be punished, and your lies destroyed. So it will be when the human race begins to comprehend and separate the wheat from the chaff. They always say that, the wheat from the chaff. The wheat is Virgo. That's when you separate the wheat from the chaff. This is astrotheology. The false teachings are the literal teachings they make, but Emmanuel's book predicts that in 2,000 years, the truth will come to light. That would be now. Because supposedly Billy Meyer found this in 63, I think. 1963. Well, I'll double check it, but he found it in 1963. 2,000 years prior, that's the time of Christ, supposedly, right? So they make these predictions, and they're talking about things coming to light. Now, nevertheless, do not heed these false teachings, because millennia will pass before the people of these human races will be able to recognize the truth. Hence, following the fulfillment of your mission, centuries and 2 millennia will pass before the truth of your knowledge, brought among the people, will be recognized and disseminated by some humans. The earth can, here we go, Rich. The earth can nourish and support 500 million people of all the human races. But if the laws are not followed, in 2,000 years, 10 times 500 million people will exist, and the earth will not be able to support them anymore. Now, where have we heard the 500 million before?
Yeah.
This gospel
Guidestones, yeah.
Beautiful. The gospel was discovered in 1963. The Guidestones were created. I'm sorry, the gospel was discovered in 1963. The Guidestones were 1980. From all my research, where they come up with that 500 million number, it goes back to this gospel. Look at what's happening in the music industry. Everything, you know, like when a record comes out, they put a spell on it, right? Mm-hmm. They get the record execs to come around, they put a spell on it. They're all working with dark magic. And at the top level, they're still working with dark magic, and they're trying to appease these people. Remember this, Rich. Yahweh, the Jewish God, the Christian God, was a Phoenician Canaanite deity.
Yep.
You know who else was a Phoenician Canaanite deity? Moloch and Baal. The Jews are henotheistic. They're not monotheistic. Henotheism means they took one God out of many and decided to worship him. And they tell you in the Bible all this kind of stuff, like Yahweh required Abraham to sacrifice Isaac, and then stopped it at the end, and he goes, all right, you don't have to sacrifice people, but you need to sacrifice animals to me. So they start sacrificing the lambs, the rams, and the goats. Well, hello, the goat is Capricorn, the ram is Aries, and the bulls are Taurus. They're openly talking to you about it. You're sacrificing these, and in the Bible it says the smoke from the burning, screaming flesh would rise to the ceiling, and the Lord would smell it, and he was pleased. Like, this is some sick shit.